Hey there everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Nostalgic Gamers Club here exclusively on the internet. If I sound like I'm dying a little bit today, it's because I woke up with a cold, and you know what? I woke up and I said, what do I want to do more than dive into I can't even talk. What do I want to do more than dive into some nostalgic goodness? You know, does the soul some good? I ended up actually calling off work today, and it just made me think of, like, you know, when I was little and would have to, like, you know, ask my mom to keep me home from school because I was sick. I'd always go to something like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. I was a big Zelda kid, obviously. And so today I thought we'd just look through some of the fun little goodies that are inside of this Prima's official strategy guide for The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And I also just wanted to give a quick update to those of you who watch the channel with somewhat regularity. I'm actually working on producing longer form, a little bit more, I guess for lack of a better term, fleshed out type content. So the edits take so much longer. These types of videos will still be here where we're looking at the game cases or strategy guides, things like that. But I really want to dive into some more of the history with some of these old games and toys. So yeah, it's just, you know, we might be a little more spread out with production schedule, but I'm not going anywhere. You can try to stop me, but you know, it ain't gonna work. So just starting at the front cover here, we do see some promises, right? We see an awesome 3D map inside. We have a sealed secrets section, which includes the final boss battle strategies and Golden Skulltula locations. Credit where credit's due. This was written by Elizabeth M. Hollinger and James M. Retkus. And I think we should just dive in. I haven't looked at the strategy guide in a long time, but I do just distinctly remember how amazing these old strategy guides were, even down to the artwork. I mean, it's artwork that at the time you weren't going to see anywhere else. And I am just going to kind of thumb through some of these. We're going to skip a few pages, but you know, as always, if you guys ever want to pause on any of these screens, hopefully it's nice and in focus for you. You'll be able to just kind of, you know, give a little pause, pause and see where we're at. But yeah, back in the day, you know, finding this artwork online just didn't happen. So if I wanted to have a cool 3D rendering of the hook shot, specifically from Majora's Mask, this was the only place to see it. And also, I just really love all of the action poses that they have Link in. It just makes you wonder how much of this art never saw the light of day. I don't know. I just love it. I freaking love it. The Golden Path through Majora's Mask. So it breaks it down by the prologue on the first 3 days, the healing of Link. Oh, that's it. I didn't. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, no, it keeps going. Woodfall. I was like, wait a minute. The format looks different. I'm just an idiot. I'm sick. Okay, I told you. Goes through Woodfall, Snowhead. We have Epona, Great Bay, Ikana Canyon, Stone Tower Temple, and Straight to the Moon. I also want to point out specifically, I really love this piece of art here because it's unlike any of the other art. Like, we have these sort of, I guess for lack of a better term, I'm not an artist, kind of like these inked looking illustrations. But this one looks like a weird mix of 3D rendering and like pastel painting almost. Like the colors are very soft and really well blended. But like this in the background looks like 3D from the era. I don't know. It looks super interesting, and I would like to see more art like that. Of course, it's a strategy guide, so it's going to give you all of the maps, all of the piece of heart locations. One thing that I do notice in these guides, and this isn't unique to this guide, this is something that I've noticed in all the guides from this era, is that not all the artwork is the same fidelity. It might be a little hard to tell on camera, but this rendering of one of the bombers, you know, in Clocktown is way, way, way higher resolution than this of the Heart Piece Deku guy. So it's just weird. I don't know why they. I mean, I guess maybe they just had lower fidelity artwork for some of this, which would make sense. But I don't know why they couldn't get the higher fidelity artwork for this one, or why they didn't just try to match it all. Not sure. This is my first time in real time seeing the Postman look like this, and I hate that. I don't like seeing a high res rendering of the Postman. He grosses me out. And I also want to point out that Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is one of the few games that, and I'll die on this hill, it's one of the few games that you really should have a guide when you're playing through, because as much as I love it, it's not super well laid out in terms of explaining what you need to do, where you need to go. It's just a little inscrutable, which is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But as a first-time player, especially if you're playing it in this day and age, it's it can be frustrating because most games nowadays obviously will help you out a little bit. I don't want to say hold your hand, but they'll hold your hand a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of inscrutability in a video game, but I think you also need to allow yourself to not go crazy and to be able to find things not necessarily with ease, but some of the things in this game, you know, even down to like little things like there's a lot of these like printing errors I'm noticing. But even down to little things like, hey, where is the postman going to be on the second day when he's running around? Like, that's something that, yeah, you can find out through trial and error, but at that point it becomes more padding for the game than anything else. So yeah, highly recommend using a guide. You don't have to spend money on like an official guide like this one. You know, instead you could just go online and find a guide like everyone's done since the year 2005. I love this old Goron here. Just what a freak. Now, as promised, I'm going to speed up here a little bit because as promised, I'm trying to get you guys to the good stuff, right? Like there's supposed to be hidden secrets and cool stuff in this guide. This is my first time looking through this guide. I had it when I was a kid and I don't remember literally any of it. So I'm trying to these secrets are new to me too. So I apologize that we haven't gotten to them yet. But I'm not going to skip the video because what if this is someone's favorite page and they're like, oh man, Zach skipped that page. Even though I did skip a few pages earlier, but hey, that's okay. One thing that I really like about this guide is that these maps are the 3D renders from the game. So I'm not sure what they did to get this. I don't know if they actually had like maybe a dev version of the game that they were able to take some screenshots from. If you know that, please let me know because that's super fascinating to me. But I don't know if they had like a dev version that they could take screenshots from or if they rebuilt this in some, you know, maybe more rudimentary 3D software at the time. I don't know. This is really cool because I feel like that'd be a hard thing to accomplish, especially when this game came out. I mean, 3D software now is all over the place. You could recreate this in a heartbeat. But at the time, that was a pretty super specialized skill. And to be able to recreate these maps to such high fidelity, I feel like would be tough. So, I mean, my gut says that they just pulled it from the game itself. But please, if you know, drop me a comment. Let me know. Okay, I am going to skip ahead here a little bit because I want to get to the good stuff, right? Like I want to get to some of these goodies and secrets. So hold on one second because I can feel it coming up here in a few pages. Okay, as it turns out, it's at the very end. So I didn't want to get here without you guys. So first, we have, of course, an ad for the Banjo-Tooie strategy guide. So you know, if you're looking to figure your way out of Banjo-Tooie, now's your chance. We also have Prima's official strategy guide for Pokemon Gold and Silver versions. I loved Pokemon Gold and Silver. Okay, I want to make that very clear. Now here's the good stuff. Now obviously this was not my guide. This has already been opened. I did not look inside yet, so we'll see. But it says the following pages reveal information about Link's final confrontation with Majora's Mask, including his final transformation. Also revealed are the solutions for Keaton's questions and the locations of all 30 golden Skulltulas for each of the spider houses. This section has been sealed to prevent you from uncovering this information until you want it. But if you're stuck or stumped, break this seal and expose the secrets within. That's pretty dope. I like that a lot. I feel like that's, you know, prevents people from accidentally entering spoiler country. And then, of course, we have all of the strategy guide pieces here for the final areas of the game. I will say the final boss fight with Majora's Mask, I thought was a little underwhelming in this game, especially if you were able to get Fierce Deity Link. It was kind of child's play. It was really, really freaking easy. Of course, we have all of the songs, all of their uses, and this is kind of cool. This is the type of stuff I love, guys. So I got this secondhand, and it looks like there was some sort of highlighter drawing or marker drawing over the Elegy of Emptiness. I don't know what they were trying to do there, but maybe it was just like someone's baby brother trying to draw over it. But you can't see it on camera, but there are even little indents there. So I don't think that's a misprint. I think that's just actually someone drawing over it. My favorite is when you get a secondhand strategy guide and there are actual like notes in the notes section. Stuff rules. And then we're left with this last page of just some cool art. We've seen this rendering of Link like 30 times in this guide, but it's neat to see. They put a little motion blur on this. That's great. And then the backside here, I want to take a second on the backside here because this is what you would see in the store, right? Like, yeah, of course you're going to flip through, but this is what you're going to see. This is what's going to sell you on this. So we have comprehensive 3D maps for all dungeons and regions. We have details on all items, including their locations. and all 52 pieces of heart, strategies for defeating Link's enemies, hidden ocarina melodies uncovered, flowchart to help you make the most of your 3 days in Termina, solution to all complex puzzles, step-by-step detailed walkthroughs for the temple dungeons, locations of all 60 stray fairies captured, and Link's ultimate transformation revealed. Now, let me tell you, I would buy this. If I saw that, and I didn't even flip through it at all, I'd buy this, because that sounds like it rules. And again, like, this is the type of thing where back in the day, you know, you're running around in the playground, you're talking about Majora's Mask, you know that this is a tough game. You know that this is a little bit of a weird game to navigate. So having something like this would be super helpful. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad that you're here, and again, you know, just hang out for a minute, because we got a couple of big videos coming up that are in the they're in Premiere Pro right now, getting edited. So just take a minute. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, peace. Oh, also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that, because that's, yeah, that gives me dopamine. So okay, bye.